Watch it peel back.
What is the number one thing that up-and-coming commentators need? Exposure. The whole point of this is to find the diamond in the rough or the next great YouTube commentator and an original commentary from you. So be creative with it. Come up with something new that hasn't been done yet.
What's going on, guys? My name is Frito. Also, this is helping with the fucking king of calling out bullshit in the community. And holy crap, do we have one big steaming pile of bullshit served up from who I don't know who to blame for this, to be completely honest with you, but heads will roll by the end of this video because I am, and everybody, I don't know anyone who disagrees with me, at least in private. I know a lot of people are afraid to go public with this kind of thing. I'm not, because someone has to do it. I'm willing to fall on the sword. I'm willing to put my name on the line and say this is crap because someone's got to. So even if you hate on me for the things I'm about to say in this video, at least respect the fact that I've got the balls to say it. Now, before we get into bashing this monstrosity and mismanaged event, I want to say a sincere thank you to everyone that put it together. Big ups to Control Freak, Elgato, Team Martin Jericho, Optic Midnight, Chaos Silencer, the judges. A big thanks for putting this together. In its genesis, in its original form, I was extremely excited for this. I thought it was going to be great. I still think it's great. I still think it's a great idea. However, balls were dropped left and right. Yeah, that's right. Balls were dropped in this event. Now, there is a few criticisms of the event that I've already stated with Control Freak on Twitter. They've replied to me. They've heard my complaints. On the whole, I can't complain too much. It's the first event of this kind, but obviously the biggest problem of all was due to the way the finalists were selected. I don't know who was in charge. I don't know how the judges came together, if it was just a quick yay or nay or coin flip. Some of these seemed randomly. So, we're going to go through one by one. I'm going to tell you what I think of each one of these submissions.
Oh, how are you qualified to criticize, Frito?
How about you just shut up before you worry about that and listen to what I have to say about each one of these. Half of them are pretty good. I'm proud to bow down and say, yeah, man, you did a good job in that video on half of them. But why should it be half? There's 8 out of, thousands of entries, and half of them completely suck? Are you kidding me? Who's running this thing? Who's judging this? This is outrageous. If this is what was going to happen, they should have put it to popular opinion. Yes, there's the problem with that those who have bigger sub bases obviously can flow more traffic, kind of the problem with King of the Web and things like that. But the whole point of having a small selected panel is to weed through bad submissions. Okay, let's get right into it. Number 1.
Here, and today I just wanted to talk to you guys about Battlefield versus Call of Duty, and this has kind of been a struggle that's been going on for quite a while now. Anyway, that's pretty much it, guys, and I'll catch you later.
Now, first of all, now that we're going to start getting into bashing some of these guys, I don't mean anything personal to them. I'm a critic. This is what I do. This is what I went to school for, okay? I look at things critically. I do this to myself. I'm the harshest critic of myself. And then, by the way, this is not a I should have won type video. I'm not saying my video's good and their video's bad. It's just their video's bad, and there's hundreds of other videos that could have been better. First and foremost, let's talk about this guy. His audio was low. That was not me re-rendering the video. His audio was terrible. You could barely hear him. First and foremost, why the hell did that get through? Okay? There shouldn't be any physical problems with these videos. This is the top 8 out of thousands of submissions. That is unexcusable. Now, as far as his commentary goes, he has some solid generic points, but he doesn't say anything that really intrigues me. There's nothing revolutionary. It's very bland and generic. Keep those words in mind, because that seems to be the running theme in some of these final contestants. I'm sorry, but that guy had no stage presence whatsoever. The winner of this event's going to get flown out to Timbuktu and have to do live commentaries and be a personality, hang out and rub elbows with some of these big commentators. Could you see this guy doing that? Can he entertain anyone? I'm sure he's got plenty of good ideas. He might evolve into a good commentator, but he doesn't command the mic, and he's got to learn how to put his fucking settings up. Sorry, bro, but there's no reason you should be in the top 8.
Just hit fire that guy. Let's get it going. Keep it going. Oh, almost killed my teammate. Trigger happy right there. So here we go. I'm trying to wait for this last guy. This guy is just sitting here camping. He's probably in some kind of corner. Oh, 8-1. That's not bad, man.
Now, at least this guy improves a little bit. He has a little bit more command in his mic, a little more flow and cadence to his speaking pattern, but he doesn't say anything. It's just a bunch of dribble over some clips of gameplay. The beat carries this video. What's the point? I cannot see original idea. No offense, bro, but there was no purpose to this video whatsoever. It's just you kind of playing and mumbling a few things over it. I think this is an example of a guy that could make a good video once he gets more practice and gets in the flow of doing it. Liven up the gameplay, make it interesting. If you're funny, be funny. If you're interesting, be interesting. If you know things about the game, know things about the game. But you can't do none of those. You can't just sort of just talk and not have any points, jokes, or interesting things to say, or at least have beast gameplay. Like, is this our gameplay submission out of the 8? Because honestly, all you gameplay channels out there, you got screwed in this event if you gave up like a triple Moab or something. There was none of that whatsoever. Now, personally, I could care less about that, but there is a market for that. And if this is what the gameplay type like category, we should have had categories for this thing, honestly, because there is multiple different types of gameplay commentators that we have in our community. Everybody's got their own styles, but we kind of all fit in different subcategories. This guy is just I don't know what to even put in this guy. He's the terrible submission. I'm sorry, bro. Better luck next time. Well, you won, so fuck you, Frito, right? You didn't deserve it though, and you know it.
This is hosted by Control Freaks. Great controller. Never really had one, so I'm hoping I can win this, maybe get one. My name is Jimmy. Yes, girl's name, point and laugh all you want. But anyway, I'm 18 years old. I'm from Chicago area, around there. I'm not going to say my exact location. No. Guy named Optic Merc, who's a part of Optic, and he kind of kickstarted my YouTube. People thought I was funny, entertaining. When I first started it, I posted 3, but since I got into that, I met Merc around like a month ago now, and I've made like a good 30 videos. I have 41 total videos on my channel right now. And if you guys didn't know, that is a weird skill that I acquired is barking.
Oh, God. Oh, God. Where do I start, bro? Where do I start? Okay, listen. A lot of these things come down to subjectivity, all right? I understand. I'm an older adult. I have older tastes, and I accept the fact that guys like PewDiePie who act really goofy and like a cartoon, that's what's hot on YouTube. That's what's interesting. But I personally didn't find him funny at all. Not even a little bit. Not one chuckle, one smirk, mostly just getting annoyed. And don't worry, guys, we're going to get to some decent submissions here in a second. But if this is the standard for the comedy video, what the fuck are you thinking? Maybe this is it. Maybe people thought these submissions were going to be worked differently. Personally, I thought you were going to have to recreate a video to get put into the first round instead of just the submissions going head to head. Because this all he does is just give a resume about how other people think he's cool. Should I have done that? Should I have told all the commentators that support me? It just seems kind of distasteful, honestly. And you're not showing us anything. You're just telling us your laundry list of accomplishments. I've barely been on YouTube, but now I'm blowing up because some guy helped me out. Good for you, bro. Entertain me. This is supposed to be a submission for a contest, not a fucking pageant resume. Moving on.
Now, most people look at failure as the end. It's the outcome. Failure's gonna come, guys. Failure is at some point in your life going to grab a hold of you and it's gonna try to bring you down. And everybody can probably stand up and say at some point they failed.
Thankfully, the first decent video we've seen thus far. Now, this guy kind of gives a good example of what a solid commentary is. He has a topic, he flows through it, pretty classic. I'm glad this type of video got picked. However, I should mention that there is some criticism in the community that he's a friend with Chaos Silencer? Are you kidding me? That's a little fishy to me. But I, at the end of the day, don't care because I think a person can still win a contest even if one of the judges might be biased. That's not fair that he gets ruled out, that every single friend of a commentator, that's stupid. Some people are saying that they're upset. I'm personally not. One thing that should be mentioned about this, there was very little stipulations to this event at all. There was no rubric for us to go by and what type of video to make, and there was no stipulations beyond the sub base count. It was very general, so we didn't know these types of things would even potentially be a problem. Now, as far as his content goes, I think the commentary could have been a little bit more concise. He didn't command the mic as much as some of the other contestants, as much as I'd like him to, but if I was grading this event, this would be considered the bottom rung. As far as the whole scale of these 8 winners, he's in the middle. And that's pretty bad because this video is average at best.
So I'm going to be answering one of the biggest questions on YouTube, and that is, how do I get big on YouTube, or how do I grow my YouTube following? So
Now Aaron FPS, in the classic, how to make a YouTube channel video. Here's my problem with this. He made a great video. He voiced it well, he commanded the mic, he had good points, talked well, went through everything great. But is this original content? Are we kidding ourselves here? And I check out this guy's page, that's his #1 viewed video. He's already covered this topic. You know who else has already covered this topic? Everybody! This is the most beaten down topic ever. Everybody wants to know that how do you become successful on YouTube? It's like the #1 search result easy video you could make. Instead of actually giving like original ideas people haven't heard before, being unique, I don't know, it seems really cheesy to pick this kind of video over like other creative videos that people put together. Not just my own, but other people who have creative ideas and creative insight.
Be creative with it. Come up with something new that hasn't been done yet.
Again, this problem could have been fixed if we had categories. If I wanted a how-to, like a how-to and style type video, great. Like, is this guy another one of those news reporters we see on YouTube all the time? Is he gonna be another trailer re-uploader? What can we really expect of this guy? Fine, if that's what we want, great. But I just wish this could have been an option, because I easily could have made a how to tie your shoes type video too, and completely uninspired. But he's one of the better commentators in this event.
I want to say thank you, T. Martin, but I don't really watch other YouTubers except Woody and yourself, so I'm kind of not in the scene like that. Just wanted you to know that I got much love for you. Type of tactics can be applied to all equipment. Now I'm gonna show you our way of defending the bomb. No need to camp. We see it as wrong. Everyone thinks defending is camping, and if you're thinking the same, realize you are dumb.
Just like Granddad used to say, there's nothing a little brown nosing won't fix. Jesus Christ. Did it choke you when you sucked T. Martin's cock for that first minute of the video? Man, there's no class whatsoever in that first part. But I will say, this is probably the video I enjoyed the most. I thought it was very creative, the different camera angles. And the second half of the video, he starts rapping. So that's cool, right? At least this guy puts together something creative. I think this was a decent video altogether. I tip my hat to you, my friend. But that first part almost made me throw up. Probably not a good idea to post up this type of video in a community event and say T. Martin's God, and the rest of the community I don't care about.
Guys, my name is Epos Vox, and welcome to Clash of the Commentators 2013.
Okay, Epos Vox. This guy clearly has the best speaking voice out of anybody in this event, and that's a huge plus and should be noted. His commentary is kind of generic, he doesn't really get to the point fast enough, but there's not really any huge glaring flaws. A fine submission, I tip my hat to you, sir. I happily accept that you won instead of me.
So it's balanced, right? And one more thing that most people don't consider when they consider sniping balance is the fact that when you shoot, when you take your shot, you cannot be moving your left stick or your feet in the game. You can't be moving your feet because it'll throw your shot completely off.
Okay, time to calm down. I saved what I thought was the best for last. I started doing the worst submissions first. Now these last few weren't too bad. This guy, his mic is a little messed up. I don't know what you're recording with, bud, but it sounds like crap. But he gives a solid commentary, gives some tips about the game, and an argument about balance. That's the type of thing I personally enjoy, so I'm biased into liking that because that's the type of stuff I like to watch. But a solid commentary, once again, I tip my hat to you. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for staying in the video this long. Holy moly, holy guacamole. I had to get this all off my chest. I really hope there's another Clash of the Commentators, and my opinions somehow affect that, okay? We need categories. We need more defined rules. And by the way, Six Sensei supposedly is in Team TK. Once again, I don't really care about that. I don't care about the bias. As long as you make a good video, I think you deserve to get picked. But the point of this video is to point out, why should half of these submissions be utter crap? Why should I fall asleep in half of these? Why should I not feel inspired by some of these creators? This should be the best our community has to offer, and I've already seen multiple submissions besides my own that made me laugh, that made me think, that were interesting submissions. Why do we have to go with this bottom base mainstream garbage? If you're still watching this video, now this is where you come in. Leave a like on this video. type in the comments hashtag ClashComRedo. Tweet it to Control Freaks and Elgato. Let these guys know you share my beliefs, because it's not just the content providers who got screwed in this event. The viewers got screwed too, because if they don't pick the best content, they're just shoveling crap. It diminishes the value of this entire contest. It makes viewers not want to watch these contests if half the videos are going to be snooze fests. And it makes most of us feel like we wasted our time putting blood, sweat, and tears creating creative content when everyday schlop gets selected over the top of everyone else's hard work. It's not fair, and we deserve a real event. Finish this one out, but I would love to see better rules implemented in the next Clash of the Commentators. This doesn't have to go out on a sour note. This can be fixed. Tweet Elgato and Control Freaks, let them know. Let's get this right. My name is Frito. I don't do outros.
Point of this is to find the diamond in the rough